Hi guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Yvonne Princess Shabango. If you are new here, you're welcome to like, subscribe, share and comment, and voila, you're part of the graceful family. And we are back with another Employment Wednesday video. Today is probably going to be a short one because we're discussing something very simple and straight to the point. Like I promised, we're going to be doing a series of what is an employment contract. If you haven't watched the video, what is an employment contract, please do. It's really helpful. It's going to help you review your own employment contract. And then secondly, this week we are checking out what is a payslip, what should be in your payslip, what is the need of a payslip, right? And then in the third week, we're going to be discussing benefits. What benefits can your employer provide you, or what benefits can you contribute to, and etc. So let's go into it. Today we're discussing what a payslip is. So I'm going to give you a simple definition, right? A payslip is a note given to an employee when they have been paid, detailing the amount of pay given and the tax and insurance and benefits that they are contributing to. So you see why your payslip is very important, because it tells you how much you've been given, and then it tells you how much tax you're paying, and then it tells you also what are you contributing to, you know, the benefits that you're contributing to. So I'm not going to show you guys my payslip, because I'm sure you were just getting excited. So I'm just going to use my payslip to tell you what you should look out. You should look out for in a payslip, or like just to give you an idea. So any person that has an imaginary mind, this is exciting for you because you're going to create your own payslip with me, right? So I'm looking at my own personal payslip, and then I'll tell you what's in it, and then also you will have to check out what's on yours, what you should be looking at when you look at your payslip, right? So starting point, it has the name of your employer. Who's your employer, right? So let's say I'm employed by Shabango Attorneys, right? So I can't just have a blank payslip that doesn't say who's my employer. It must say Hori Shabango Attorneys, and then depending on the formatting of the payslip, right, it will say Shabango Attorneys, then it will give you the address of Shabango Attorneys, and then also it will have your name. It will have Yvonne Shabango, and it will have your address as well, and then it will have the employer's address as well. So who are the parties? You see, also it's very interlinked to your employment agreement, right? Like I said, you have to check out that video. In your employment agreement, there'll be parties, you and your employer. Same thing, your payslip must be very clear. Who is the employer, who is the employee, right? And their addresses and identity, right? And then also it will have your name, it will have an employee number, but not every company has an employee number. Some companies don't have an employee number or codes or anything like that. Like I know usually with law firms, like, okay, as far as the law firms I've worked for, I've never heard of anything of an employee number, but currently the company that I work for, I actually have an employee number, right? And then it will tell you your job title. Guys, it's very important. It's very important that you know what type of job you are doing. Please, it's very important you know your job title, and not to be arrogant or anything like that. This teaches you like where you need to develop. It also gives you an idea if you are being overworked. It gives you an idea if you are doing the wrong things. Like for instance, right, candidate attorney. I can't even use candidate attorney because, ooh, guys, Tinama candidate attorney, if you've been a candidate attorney, you know it's a jack of all trades. Like we can act as associates, we sometimes can act as directors, though it gets us into trouble. Some days we can act as admin people, receptionists, we can act as messengers, everything, right? But let me just make an example, a simple thing, like let's say different professions. Like let's say you work for a company that does engineering, but you're in the legal team. I can't be found drawing buildings because I'm a legal counsel or a legal advisor, you know. Or as an engineer, you can't be expected to draft summons. So your payslip must have your job title. Then you know, guys, why are you making me? I'm just an engineer. Why are you making me draft summons? There's something off, you know. You're able to actually tell if there's something off about how you carry out your duties. So job title is very important. Okay, and then your identity number is going to be there, and then your time of employment. Guys, this one is very important. Check it. You see why I'm always saying have your payslip monthly, because some people tell you that I started working in this company in 1998, but we recently started getting our pay slips, and they're saying I started working there in 2020, and when that is all said and done, we've got severance pay benefit, and now I can't claim from 1999 because now according to their records, they're saying I started working in 2020. You see, so it helps you be very particular, because the moment you get your payslip and it says when you started in 2020, you're able to go to your human resource and be like, no, sweetie, I didn't start in 2020. I started in 2016, or I actually started in 2022. Because here's another thing, guys, there's like, because these are human beings that do these things, so there will be mistakes sometimes, and if a mistake is not corrected, it will go on and on and on, which is why you must be able to access your payslip, peruse it, review it, and fix any errors, you know, because yeah, like I said, HR people are human as well. And then your employment, your employment date, when you started your job, and then it's also going to tell you your rate per hour, right? Usually, even if you've got a monthly salary, usually there's a rate per hour, and then also some people tell you per day, this is how much I get paid, right? So yes, I hope you're creating your payslip. You are creating an imaginary payslip, and you're able to tell what's happening, right? And then it's gonna tell your basic salary, guys. Basic. This is before deductions. This is not your net. Also, guys, you must know the difference. You must know the difference between your basic salary and your net salary, right? You must know how you get to net and what is basic, right? It helps you out, because many other times, right, we get excited for basic. You hear job offer, you're gonna get paid 40K, and then your net is there by 21, and you realize, oh my goodness, I played myself, you know. So it's always important, even when you consider your basic salary or what's on the table, what you're being offered, it's important that you look at other things. How much am I going to be taxed? What benefits are there, you know, which is something we're going to discuss in the coming week, to say, okay, is there housing allowance, is there this or that, right? And then you look at, now after you know your basic, right, you know your basic is a young 3,500, and then you look at your company contributions. What does the company contribute to? UIF. UIF is very important. It's important. You know what, sometimes I really wish I can do it. Actually, if you guys really get to this point of the video, please tell me if I should do a video on UIF on its own, just in J-Yona E1, ne? Because UIF is very important, guys. There are people that, I don't know, people think UIF is a right, ne? And I don't blame you guys. That's why we are here. That's why I try to educate where I can, and that's why other people try to educate where they can, right? I know some people think UIF is a right. UIF is not a right. UIF, you must contribute. How do you contribute? Through your employer. You must ensure that your employer is contributing to UIF. Because if your employer is not contributing to UIF, the moment you get retrenched or you are without a job, you can't go and claim for UIF that you're not contributing to. You can only claim for UIF if you were contributing. I get it, guys? So yeah, bottom line is, you can only claim from UIF if you're contributing to it, which is why it's important to look at your payslip, look at your employment agreement, and look at what is contributed by the company. And then we look at skills development levy. This is not compulsory. It's not every company. So most companies do it because there's usually, like, in the middle of nowhere, they'll say, okay, you need to attend maybe a certain course so that you can better how you draft your agreements or whatever the case may be. That smaller contribution levy, they take it and they put it there. And then medical aid. So some companies will say, listen, sweetie, we deduct the medical aid from your salary, your basic, right? Like my current employer right now, your medical aid is deducted from your basic, but my previous employer actually paid for the medical aid, which is very cool. Like, I really liked that about my previous employer. They paid for the medical aid. It wasn't from my salary. But my current employer, you have a medical aid allowance, that's, you know, and then if your medical aid is beyond that, you need to top it up. So yeah, those are some of the things we're going to discuss in the next video, which is why you must come back, you know. And then loss of income policies. So if the company also goes through a situation whereby COVID-19 happened, so now a lot of companies are going into policies that allow them to be able to pay employees even in an event whereby something like COVID happens. So they will be part of these policies. So some companies decide they will debit it from your salary, but some actually pay on their own. So that should COVID happen again, but God forbid, but should it happen again, they're still able to keep you and pay you. And then we're almost done, guys. We're almost done, right? And then those are company contributions, right? Those are things that I was telling you about that the company was contributing to. And then we look at your deductions. So your deductions, my deductions, this is actually my previous employer's tax payslip. So tax, I was paying my own tax, paid for it, deducted. And then UIF, I was contributing to my UIF, they were debiting it from my salary, and then they totaled my deductions. Like I said, I was not paying for my own medical aid, they paid for it, so it wasn't part of deductions. But in most companies, at least 99%, they actually debit it from your salary, so it will be included on your deductions. So after deductions, that's when you get your net pay. This is the money you can start calculating to say, I'll go to Gonga, I'll get myself a new outfit, I'll get myself new hair. That's, you don't use a basic to budget, you use your net to budget. But also there's always a tricky conversation surrounding everyone that gives their tithe, guys. Do you pay your tithe from basic or you pay your tithe from net? Because I'm conflicted, you know. Anywho, so yeah, and then you get your net salary, and then some pay slips, like I said, depending, those are the basics that I've discussed, right? Some payslip will show you how much you paid tax so far, right? And then some will show you your annual salary, and then some will also show you fringe benefits, what the company has contributed, and etc., right? So yeah, guys, that's what your payslip should have, basically all summed up. I know I stretched it a bit because I was trying to make you guys understand, but it's as simple as that. Must have your name, your employer's name, and then must have how much you get paid, and then that's your basic salary, your net salary. It must have your rate per hour, it must have your employee number, your identity number, and then it must have your contributions, your deductions, it must have the company's contributions, and yeah, basically that sums up your payslip. And this must be given to you monthly, because of our economy and different things and change of financial year, every time certain amounts will fluctuate, right? Which is why you must see your payslip, because you need to see, oh, my UIF has gone up from last year, oh, my medical aid has gone up from last year, or actually no, my salary was debited because I borrowed a loan from the company. You are able to see those things from your payslip. So guys, I give you a task, go and review your payslip. If you don't have a payslip, please try and fish around there by your HR and find out why you're not getting your payslip. Or even if, let's say some small companies don't have HR, just speak to your manager or to your boss and say, hey, listen, can I please get my payslip? Because obviously I want to see what's going on with my money. And another thing, guys, payslips these days, this is an unfair, okay, this is a disadvantage, but when you apply for other jobs, they want to see your payslip. Jiggy you don't have a payslip, jiggy you don't know what you get paid. So it's important that you have your payslip, so that even when you negotiate your next salaries, you are able to actually negotiate accordingly. Because when you look at your current payslip and your probably future payslip, it should be better than your current one. You should be able to say, no guys, I can see you guys are arguing that I'm getting a small salary, but look at them, they're giving me housing benefits, they're giving me medical aid benefits, they're giving me this and that, you know. So your payslip allows you to negotiate that. So yeah, do not forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and don't forget to pray for one another, guys. I hope you're still praying for one another, and I hope yeah, you're still searching for those jobs and you're still speaking those words of power. But from me to you, God bless you, and I know that eventually when the time is right, God will make it happen and He will place you at the right company. God bless you, and thank you for watching.